Hi everyone, Kristen here. Today I'm going to show you how to add or edit an action report on the GreenStep website. When you get to the website, usually just Google it and then GreenStep. You can find this login tab on the very far right. If you need your login information, just reach out to staff. Today I'm going to use the City of Morris as an example. When you log in, this is what you'll see for your account. There's an edit tab and a registration form with information about your coordinator's contact information. You can edit that. You can let us know. We can edit that. Where you'll spend most of your time are under these two tabs, View Add Action Contact and View Add Action Report. We're actually going to start in this first one for the action contact because we're going to need to have this updated in order to report or update an action. If you're new to GreenStep, you'll have only this tab right here to add an action contact. If you have other action reports already entered, you may have information here for other contacts that you want to highlight and connect to an action report. You can click on a name and edit it. Just know that any edits you make here are going to make edits to anywhere that this contact information is listed on the web page. So if it's not a complete replacement, you might want to just add an action contact. Let's add me as an example. You only need to fill in the spots with the red asterisk. You can fill in additional information if you would like. And click Save. If you made an error, you can go ahead and edit that. Again, to navigate back, you can go back a couple of pages. You can also go to this Morris tab up top and back to view your profile and retrace your steps. You'll see my name listed here now. Feel free to add as many contacts as you would like. You cannot delete a contact. So for example, I know that Blaine Hill no longer works for the City of Morris. You can leave it in there. You can replace it with a new contact, or you can email us and we can delete a contact if needed. All right, let's go to add an action report. Similarly, you'll see add an action reports. This is for anything new, as well as reports listed below here that you can edit. Let's add a new one. I find it helpful to have the reporting screen up and maybe another screen, or split your screen to the GreenStep website. Let's say that Morris is reporting under Efficient City Fleets, Best Practice 13, and maybe this diesel engine one. This is Action 13.6. In order to title this, we suggest using the best practice action and the city or tribal nation name. The tricky part here is that we need to link your report to the action that you're reporting for in our system. Unfortunately, the numbers aren't included in that. So you can't just put, this is Action 13.6. What you need to do instead is find a keyword or two or phrase from that actual action report language. In this case, we'll use diesel. And there, it pops up right away for us. If you were to use a different word like parking, that's actually used in multiple different best practice actions, so it's going to show you that full list. So try to find a word that might be a little bit more specific to the particular action that you are reporting for. Don't worry too much about this. We always review and can adjust those actions as needed. it's most important that you're providing us with that information up here in the title. This is where you will add your action implementation detail. We don't ask for much. We simply ask that you are taking a look at the star level examples for those best practice actions and that you're meeting at least a minimum of this 1-star level. Again, these are examples, and so if you're doing something that's similar and still meeting the best practice action, please do report that. We want to know about it. Let's say that the city of Morris retrofitted 2 diesel trucks. And Morris joined in 2016, so this actually would have been completed before joining GreenStep. All right, this is where we're going back to that contact information that we entered in before. This will link up that contact information into this best practice action report. So providing some information if somebody wants to reach out and learn a little bit more about what you accomplished, this is where to do that. This is also why it's helpful to actually provide a name or enough description. If you do sustainability coordinator, for example, this will pull from the full list of all participants. And so you might be like, oh no, which one did I do? You can see Birdsville, La Crescent, that's helpful to help connect it, make that connection. Or the Morris Sustainability Project Coordinator. If you're doing a new action report, you don't need to worry about these toggles, and then you can click save. You can edit it right away if you need to. I also like to check on your GreenStep page. Let's make sure that action actually got submitted. And here we can see best practice action 13.6 listed as pending. So this is exactly what we just submitted. It gets flagged for us as GreenStep staff to review, assign a 1, 2, or 3-star level rating, or maybe we come back and have some more questions about a little bit more detail to make sure that we can assign that correctly. All right, let's navigate back to the Morris profile. And let's say we want to edit that action report that we just entered, or any others. We'll scroll down. We're looking at 13.6. And we have an update. You can change an action in 2 ways. So maybe this is information that was listed inaccurately back in the day. You want to delete it and completely replace it. Or maybe you want to add additional information from something that happened more recently. If we split our screen again and go back and take a look at that action report, let's say that we installed an auxiliary power unit. Did I spell it right? On one truck in 2026. Again, you don't need a lot of detail, so feel free to provide as much as you would like. We don't need to change this date that the action was first entered, but we might want to update the date to the day that we're doing it. Let's pretend that this was back in 2022. We're updating it today. Again, you can add a file, or update a file, web link, outcomes, partners. You can switch the toggle on here if you'd like to, and the date of the year that this was initially completed. And maybe we have a new contact that we want to highlight. One important part to remember here when you're updating one is to click this little box that says request re-evaluation. This is going to reflag that information for us so that we come back and review your action report and maybe assign it a new star level. And we click save. So pretty easy to update it. If we go here, refresh the page, double check. Yep, it's been updated, still pending, because Greenstuff will come in and review that. So I think that is about it. If you have an action in here that you would like to remove completely, you simply let us know via email and we can do that for you. If you have questions about how to edit or otherwise, other questions related to reporting, please reach out to us. Let us know. We're happy to walk you through it one-on-one or help make edits on your behalf. And again, don't worry too much about assigning that correct information about the action detail. If you get this part entered in correctly, we can really easily update this for you, or you can reach out to us ahead of time and we can help kind of make that connection as well. Thank you for your time.